The Garden State Advance, A Road to Victory. In the late summer of 1781, a pivotal moment unfolded in the American Revolutionary War. It wasn't a battle fought on a field, but a strategic maneuver, a silent march that would ultimately pave the road to victory at Yorktown. This was the Garden State Advance, the journey of the combined Continental and French armies through New Jersey, a crucial step in trapping the British forces under General Cornwallis in Virginia. General George Washington, leading the Continental Army, and General Rochembeau, commanding the French forces, had a daring plan. Instead of directly assaulting the heavily fortified British stronghold of New York City, they opted for a bold deception. The Continentals, aided by militia and state troops Connecticut, New Jersey, and New York, would feign preparations for an attack on New York. The French would march behind foe amassments and encampments north of Manhattan Island and ferry to New Jersey. The French and company would continue behind other invasion mock-ups and on the Jersey side as well. The threshold of activity to keep the British garrison to thwart a believed siege was high. Washington's deployments in New Jersey to cover the march were vital. See, if Clinton wasn't made aware the amassing army just enough, meaning it had to be enough activity, but not too much for Clinton to believe as to the Continentals were being cautious and not giving the entire battle plan away, while being bold enough, numerous enough, and active enough for Clinton to order preparations for a siege of New York. If rebel trickery failed, Clinton's strategic options would be numerous.
But my point is,
I believe disastrous for the American cause. Well, that is not in the scope of this video, but it sounds like an interesting alternate history. You know what? I think we should ponder that. What do you guys think? Let's say 50 likes on the video, and I'll put those variables together and tell you what I see. Subscribe for more content. Leave a comment on your thoughts about the March of Yorktown through Jersey and or the scenario of Clinton catches on. Now that I've begged and all that good stuff, let us get back into the march to Yorktown. Washington's ruse would need be maintained by mostly local forces. However, independent moving light infantry regiments, such as the Jersey Blues and detachments of 2nd Connecticut Light Horse, would be among the hoodwink to protect the two armies' flank, observe, and relay enemy endeavors. The bulk of the Continentals will link up with the French army and their Continental escorts behind the left flank troops en route in the New Jersey interior. Those crack troops selling the Mirage will rejoin them en route clandestinely covering the growing secret march south intent to strike Cornwallis in Yorktown. Around 6,500 soldiers, a mix of Continental and French troops, began their journey in late August. Leaving Phillipsburg Camp in Hartsdale, New York, they crossed the Hudson River at King's Ferry. From there, they entered New Jersey, embarking on a carefully planned route southward. Washington's Continental Army took a path winding through the heart of New Jersey, traversing what are now Bergen, Passaic, Essex, Union, Middlesex, and Mercer counties. Rochambeau's French forces marched slightly further west, passing through Morris and Somerset counties. While their paths diverged slightly, both armies were heading towards a common point, Trenton. Even today, if you travel through Union County, you can trace the path of these armies along roads like Raritan Road and Lambert's Mill Road in Scotch Plains, West Broad Street in Westfield, Mountain Avenue in Westfield, Mountainside in Springfield, Morris Avenue in Springfield, and Morris Turnpike, now State Road 24, in Summit. Princeton became a significant stop. From August 29th to 31st, the combined forces encamped at Morven. A monument at Trinity Church in Princeton stands today, commemorating this historic occasion. They crossed the Millstone River twice in this area, once at Griggstown Causeway, and again near Rocky Hill on Route 518. Leaving Princeton on August 31st, the armies continued south, following routes that were part of the old King's Highway network, towards Trenton. On September 2nd, they reached Trenton, camping at the William Trent House, also known as Bloomsbury. This house, owned by an assistant quartermaster general of the Continental Army, served as a temporary headquarters. From Trenton, the combined Franco-American force crossed the Delaware River into Pennsylvania, continuing their march southward towards Virginia. This march through New Jersey, the Garden State advance, was more than just a movement of troops. It was a logistical undertaking of immense scale. Imagine moving and supplying over 6,000 soldiers, along with their equipment, horses, and wagons, for hundreds of miles in the late summer heat. The Continental Army averaged about 13 miles a day, while the French managed around 15 miles daily, a testament to their discipline and planning. The choice to march to Yorktown, rather than attack New York, both were calculated risks. That said, the march to Yorktown is based on sound strategic reasoning. New York City was too heavily defended, and any attack would likely result in prolonged sieges and heavy casualties. Furthermore, a direct assault from Long Island was deemed impossible due to British naval control and the risk of exposing the continental flanks. Yorktown, however, presented a different opportunity. Crucially, the French Navy pledged its support, offering the potential to blockade the port and cut off Cornwallis's escape and resupply. This naval advantage was impossible to achieve in New York. By concentrating their combined might against Cornwallis's army of 15,000 in the south, Washington and Rochembeau saw a chance for a decisive victory. The march through New Jersey was not without its impact on the local communities. While generally disciplined, the armies still required supplies, and their passage inevitably affected the lives of New Jersey residents. However, the cause they marched for, American independence, resonated deeply within the Garden State. This Garden State advance was a critical chapter in the Yorktown campaign. It was a testament to the strategic brilliance of Washington and Rochembeau, the endurance of their armies, and the vital contribution of the French alliance. This march set the stage for the decisive Battle of Yorktown, the surrender of Cornwallis, and ultimately, the end of major combat operations in the American Revolutionary War, securing the independence of the United States. First English settlers began a frontier life, albeit trapping civilization a day's travel away. In this early period, one would have seen small log cabins and Algonquinesque wigwams huddled along the south end of the Elizabeth Port. The Elizabeth